Hi, welcome everyone. This is Anil Gursani from BizPortal Solutions. Thank you for registering for this webinar. Um, we're going to go ahead and go through a little introduction on how to engage your employees with an Office 365, and then from there we'll take a quick look at the application. So I hope you can see all my screen. And also, one more thing, if you have any questions, you can always email us or put it in the chat window. We will definitely try to get to it. Otherwise, we'll do that later. Okay. All right. So getting started with this, in terms of an intranet solution, again, it has come a long way. It used to be on SharePoint on-premise. Now we have moved it to an Office 365 and SharePoint Online. Really what that does is it delivers a modern, ready-to-go intranet solution. You don't have the headache of managing your intranet solution on-premise. So an Office 365 intranet provides a one-stop shop for really all the business tools. Again, you will be, assuming most of you are using Office 365, and with that come a lot of business tools, very useful apps, but really you don't have a comprehensive view in one solution. So this definitely brings Office 365 and all the applications in one tight solution, and you can help turn all your business applications into a business hub when you deploy a SharePoint Online intranet. So we will quickly go through an introduction. We will go through our ready-to-go intranet solution, BizPortal 365, an overview and a features list, and then quickly I'll jump into quick demo of this. Again, I'm Anil Gursani. I have about 18 plus years in enterprise infrastructure, 12 plus years with SharePoint and CRM, SharePoint mainly on-premise, so including deployments, including selling the solution, positioning it to meet all the business requirements. And you'll do understand SharePoint is a horizontal platform. So I've been involved with a lot of industries, worked across industries, and deployed the intranet solution. And I have 4 plus years experience with Office 365 and SharePoint Online. Who we are? BizPortal Solutions is a full-service product development company. So we have our product BizPortal 365. We have deep expertise in intranet and digital workplace solutions, and that also includes Office 365, SharePoint, and generally the Microsoft platform. Our focus is on Office 365 users, small, medium, and enterprise businesses, and we work with all industries, as I mentioned earlier. And we have been a Microsoft Gold certified partner for 15 plus years. Now let's go through and quickly see what a business hub really means on Office 365, right? So as you know, that Office 365 comes with all apps, and that you see in the outer circle called Delve, Microsoft Planner, Outlook for emails, OneDrive for documents, Microsoft Teams for chat-based collaboration. Yammer is purely a group chat application, and Microsoft Flow. Now, with all these business applications, what you can do is transform or use the functionality of all these to create dashboards, to create alerts and notifications. You could store files in OneDrive, sync it with their desktop or network file shares. You can implement project execution using Planner plus the intranet, and really have a good project management setup. You could automate all your workflows. And then you can also use tools like Power BI for reporting and analytics, right? So BizPortal 365 really brings all of these business applications, uses the functionality of Office 365, and really presents one comprehensive solution, right? So with that, really we have taken into account the flexibility, security requirements, mobility, because with SharePoint app you can access the intranet, and also the infrastructure. Since it's an online infrastructure, it's very scalable. You can not only add users, but you can also add extra file storage and so on to our Office 365 tenant. Okay. So that's what makes a great business hub. Now, just also let me tell you about two different kinds of intranets. Your social intranets and business intranet. So by social, I mean it's really focused only on employee engagement. One can create document sites. One can create team sites for collaboration. Focuses on news and announcements, team communication, and employee engagement. BizPortals 365 is really focused on a bit more than that. It really focuses on the business value also. So apart from all these great features of a SharePoint platform, we really have gone ahead and focused on project management, since every business requires project execution. We have focused on HR and employee management, workflow automation, and easy enough for users to set that up around documents and forms, which I'll show you. And also with Office 365 and LOB integration, because you do have other tools like ERP, CRM tools, and it's great to be able to connect that to an intranet solution. Our focus is really on providing a business intranet for your organization. Okay. Some of the key features of our solution, we are focused on information distribution. So for employees, having an employee directory, having some training videos, the ability to quickly go through some announcements at the company level, it's great. So we really focus on these features, make sure the information can be shared, distributed very easily, and people can consume that information real time. The next part of our portal or business hub is really focused on document management. Right? So SharePoint platform provides you a document management feature set. Now, what that really does is you can store documents, access it online. So we have built in easy organization and categorization of information. We also have some dashboard views which shows all the documents and so on. And it is fully integrated with OneDrive, which we'll see. So we are really focused on document management, enhancing the existing Office 365 functionality. As I mentioned earlier, project management. Now, again, departments execute projects. You have cross-functional projects being executed in the organization. So we really build that into our product. Now you don't need, project server. You don't need other subscriptions for project management. You can use this intranet really to execute all your projects, right? So we give a great project portfolio overview and the ability to execute tasks either as a simple task list or a Gantt chart or Kanban boards, and we'll go through all of that. I'll show you. So our focus, again, information distribution, document management, project management. We have an employee center. Really, that makes it great for employees to access one site where they have all their information, be it some policies, procedures, employee handbooks. All of that can be seen from one employee center. So we have built that into our solution. And we also, based on every company's requirements, we can enhance things like employee onboarding and offboarding. We can help you with forms. We do provide some forms out of the box, but we can bring in some other HR employee forms into it. So you'll see that in a couple of minutes in our application. And lastly, workflow automation. So with workflow automation, really, there are two components. We can set up workflow automation for forms, and the other is around documents. Right? So around forms, you have all your employee forms being routed from an employee to the manager, moving forward to administration and HR. So you can really do your entire forms routing and so on online. And the other is really around documents. So you can drop documents into a document library and either send the documents for automatic approvals, or you can start that process manually. But it's great for publishing documents. You have a lot of articles that you want someone to review. Well, it's a great way to send it through our document libraries for approvals. Okay. So our focus is around these things, and that's how we call our intranet as a business hub. because that's what we really want to focus on. Very easy to set up our solution. It gets deployed on your tenant, Office 365 tenant. It's always up to date. So just like Office 365 provides updates seamlessly to you, we do the same on our end. So your BizPortals 365 solution is always up to date. It's fully branded. So once we onboard you, we work with you on branding the intranet. Very easy to personalize it, change certain things, and we'll get into those. It's customizable because SharePoint platform is a very powerful platform. We can go ahead and help you customize this to your needs. There's a responsive UI, single sign-on with Office 365. So you log into Office 365, just like other apps, you would be able to just click on BizPortals and get into the intranet. Okay. Now, all of this is around Office 365, so it's a cloud deployment, but we are still working on on-premise with on-premise customers. So if you're using older versions of SharePoint, we can deploy BizPortals 365 on-premise also, but really the focus and the future of SharePoint is really on the online side. So we do work with you and see how we can migrate your on-site SharePoint into an online platform. Okay. All right. So with a quick introduction, this I'll also talk about the pricing here very quickly. So we are, starting at $15 per user per month for up to 100 users, and the price scales down as you move on. So something like about 1,200 users or 1,000 users, we would be at the price point of about $4 per user per month. Okay. And also we have special pricing for nonprofits and educational institutions. We have worked with a lot of nonprofit organizations, and really in terms of helping them implement a digital platform to manage all of their work, we've been very successful. So if you are a nonprofit, please get hold of us and we can discuss further. All right, let me go ahead and quickly jump into our solution here. What you see here is the home page of our BizPortals 365, and there's a lot of information here because in the demo I do want to show you all aspects, all functionality. You can go ahead and customize this page. You can drag and drop, so you can change the layout of the page. You can expand the grid. You can make it bigger. So you can change, the look very drastically here. But going into an employee engagement perspective, employees would like to, let's say, come into a home page and there's some self-service. So if they want to go ahead and get to some forms, fill that up, you could provide that right here. You could have an entire form center up here. You could have a dashboard view. So for your users really to come in here and start executing things on their own. You can set up your solution in that way. In the middle, there's a bulletin board. It's great for HR, admin, or IT to put out some alerts, announcements, and they can publish it very easily. I'll just show you one example. So here, if one has the access to do so, he'll see a plus sign, goes and clicks on it. Very easy to publish an alert, right? So you could put in a title, you could put in a message, you can set up the expiry date and start and end times, and you could pick locations. If you're a multi-location company, you can define your locations and publish an alert for a specific location. And you can decide if you want to send notifications to all the employees or a certain group of employees. Okay, so very easy to publish that, and once it's published, employees can just come here, click on it, and read the details. So extremely easy to publish information. Then on the right side, you see an employee directory here. Again, against each person, you can see there are some icons, so you can get in touch with them. You can search for employees on the home page itself. Then on the left side, in the middle, we have news and announcements. Usually for management to publish out some announcement with an image. If you want to do so, you can do that. If you have multiple announcements, you can scroll through all of them right here. Then we have quick links in the middle. Again, this is published for all employees, could be internal links, external. The focus is really on putting out information which is readily consumed, or it's easy to consume by the employees. Okay? And then there are forms that we provide you about 10 to 12 out of the box forms, all employee forms, and I'll get to that in a minute. Then you move down, there are some employee highlights you can put in: birthdays, work anniversaries. You could have a employee recognition part here. Again, as you can see, this is a very busy homepage. The reason is that I just wanted to show you all the functionality, but you can group it, make it look very different. Okay. Um, you have a calendar, and now again, as people are out of the office, they can quickly come and fill the form in, and everyone can easily access that information. Once we have a time of request form also, so once it has been submitted, approved, and HR has approved it, you can go ahead and see who is on a vacation and so on. And obviously you have all of the calendars here published, so you can decide if you just want to see one calendar or all of them in one view. You can also integrate your personal Office 365 Outlook calendar here. So every user can see a view of their own calendar also. And then there are some other things on the left side. You have tasks and reminders. Now, tasks is when you get assigned tasks either as part of a department or part of a project. You can see all your tasks with some summary information at the below. So it's very convenient for employees to get hold of all of this information and be able to act on it. Right? All right. So this is our homepage. Again, we can customize this, make it look very different. Okay. Now, on the top right, there are some other functionalities here, like looking if you want to go ahead and look at the employee directory in a full view. We provide you that interface so you can see it by departments, who all the users are. Again, you can get hold of them. Now, again, we can customize this, make it broader. Some organizations require, or they want to have, skill set information on employees published here, so you can get more details. You can decide how you want to get a project team together. So you'll go across the employee directory and choose the right people for a project. So employee directory works very well in that way. Then moving on very quickly to the next section, we have Employee Center. If you can see, I'm moving my mouse here. So Employee Center is really where HR comes and publishes information, and all employees can consume that information. Right. So again, we have focused on employee engagement, made it very simple. So you could have some training videos, a streaming web part here for videos. HR can publish some news announcements. They can have some quick links for the users. And moving below, this section is really one of the most powerful ones. So you could design this the way you want, but essentially you can publish information for employees, not only text-based information like this, but you can go ahead and also publish calendars and other information, right? So you could have your insurance information here, maybe some travel policies for employees. You can publish all of that here. So again, the usability, it makes it very simple for users to use this. Some other sections, photo galleries, some contact information here. And then the last section of Employee Center are all the documents. So this is a document library, and you could have multiple document libraries on any site. So here you could do it location-based. You could secure the documents by setting up groups and giving them permissions for these. But essentially, you can see you can house policy documents, plans, benefit information for employees. All of that can be published here in one view. And again, all of this is tightly integrated. So the documents that you upload on your intranet, tightly integrated with OneDrive. Let me give you a quick view of that. OneDrive, basically, you have on the top left, this is your personal OneDrive. So you can see the files that you're working on and so on. But then on the bottom left, you can see all the document libraries that you have access to from the intranet. So we were looking at, employee center documents. So those would be visible here. You can see some other ones, like the marketing department. You can see the document libraries and so on, right? So you can access those right from here. And that enables access from your OneDrive mobile application. You can get to all of them right here. So again, going back to Employee Center, this is one of the key sections for employees. Great to publish all information, and then in combination with the homepage, you can really distribute a lot of information to your employees. Now moving on to the next section, we have the ability to create teams or departments. So you can create your own departments here, and also sub-departments in the IT site. You see that there are sub-departments here. You can create those sites. Let's look at one of them. Let's say the marketing department. Okay. So when you click on the marketing department here, so basically what this is, it gives you a place where a team or a department comes in. We have kept the layout consistent, so you can see the videos here, the streaming videos, news and announcements for the department, some quick links. Then in the middle section is really great for setting up lists, like task lists for your department. It could be as simple as a list like this, and you could add new tasks just like a spreadsheet, or you can have a longer form for a task and create a new task for your department right here, right? And as you assign it to people, they get notified, and also on the home page, they can see it under My Tasks and so on. So great way to execute all your tasks. You could build in lists here. You could have a marketing calendar. You could have some checklists. You could set up checklists for your department. So let's say there's a trade show that your company goes to. You can always set up certain checklists for trade shows and keep it there so people know exactly what to do and how to set up things for a trade show. They can quickly come and look at the checklist. Okay, so again, this is fully customizable. You can create your own list right here. Then moving down, again, the bottom section is a document library. This is for the marketing department. Now you could store documents here, and I'll just go through some of the functionality of documents very quickly. So for documents, you can go ahead and obviously modify these documents. You can check them out, very standard functionality with SharePoint. So you lock the document, check it out, make some changes, check it back in as a new version, right? So you can do that. You can see the permissions on a particular document. You can share it with external users. You can even pin a document to the top of the view. So over a period of time, if you have 30, 40, let's say 100 documents in one library, you're reading through one of those, you can pin this to the top view, and I'll just did that. You can see it. It'll show up here. So you can get to the document easily. Once you're done reviewing it, you can unpin it from the view. Okay, so great way to get to your documents very quickly. The other one is activities. You can go ahead and look at the recent activities on a document. You can version your documents and see the entire version history, and also the workflow history, how it got routed to whom, and so on. Okay, you can send a document for approval, and this is what I was talking about. That if you set it up for a manual workflow, you could come here, take a document, and initiate the workflow. Now, everything is defined behind the scenes for a document library. We might not be able to get to everything right away, but basically what you can do is set up the workflow steps. You can set up the notifications that go out to people. So after setting that up, you can just drop a document and probably take it through a review and approval process very easily. We also do offer integration with DocuSign for e-signatures. But if you do use some other tools, we can definitely integrate that, bring that in right into the SharePoint platform. Okay, so very robust document management functionality built in. Again, as I said, for one site, you can have multiple document libraries. Okay. Moving along, within departments, you could execute projects. So there's a link for projects here. If you click on that, in the marketing department, now you get a project portfolio view for your project. So employees, again, it's all about employee engagement, making sure it's easy to get started. And now you can quickly see a project portfolio view, how many projects are running. And let's say that you have 20 projects over a period of time in a department. Then on the left side here, you can search for projects right from here. You can create a new project. Again, it's all based on your access rights. So you don't want to give it those same rights to the entire department. We can help you set it up again from the front end, but show you how to set that up. So you could create new projects based on out-of-the-box project template. And once you have a project here, if you click on it, it really takes you to a project page. Now you can really focus on a particular project. You get some summary data up here, news and announcements. There's a discussion thread. So instead of sending emails back and forth, you can chat with your team members on the project right from here. So we have this built-in. If you already use Microsoft Teams or Yammer for chat communications, we can certainly look at integrating that here. Again, every organization has different requirements, so we can certainly work with you and integrate all of that. Then moving along, we have the same thing that you saw on the department side. You have tasks of a project. You can have issues and risks. You can have a milestones calendar that you can build. How easy it is to build all of these? It's very easy. Again, based on your access privileges, let's say you wanted to bring in a new list. You have all of these choices. So you can bring in a checklist, a contacts list. Very easy for users to go ahead and do that and build here this middle section the way you want it to. Okay. And for tasks, there are a couple of other options. I'm going to open those and you'll see that in a minute. Basically, you can see the tasks in the Gantt chart and Kanban board view. So we'll just see that in a second. And then if you navigate down, you come to the project documents, right? So very consistent view between a department side, between a project side, and also employee center. Now, this is what comes out of the box. You can certainly customize all of this. Okay, we can help you do all of that. Outside of this, I wanted to show you the task list here. So let me just open up a couple of views. One is a Gantt chart view of a task list. So you can go ahead and, certain project teams, they use Microsoft Project. They are used to executing these tasks using a Gantt chart view. So you can do that from here. Or like Microsoft Planner, we have a Kanban board style task list. So here you can see it's in buckets and you can drag and drop tasks very simply. Very easy to do that, right? Again, focused on employee engagement. So you want to make it easy. The other section is Form Center. Now, Form Center basically is a great way to organize all your forms. On the right side, you see an inbox. So as you fill forms in, you can see currently who it is with. If you're a manager, let's say you can go to the Approval tab and see all the forms that are out there for your approval. You can open up a form directly from here, review all the details, and you can approve or reject. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and request comments right here. So again, it minimizes the email. It keeps everything centralized within the intranet. Okay. So let's say you want to go ahead and approve it. Just click on approve, and then now it will move on to administration or HR. Again, the definitions of all of this, we work with you, onboard you, and using our admin section for your power users or administrators, we can do a lot of things right from the front end. Okay, so set up all of this. You can run your IT help desk. There's a form that we have for IT help desk, and IT department would come here. They would see the help desk cases. They could basically click on this open saved records, and now you can see all the cases, IT help desk cases that have come in, the ones that are assigned to you, ones that are part of your team, because you could have multiple teams here. So you can go ahead and execute all of that. Okay. The last thing is My Site. This is a dashboard view for users. So you can use this to manage your tasks and your documents in the system. So I think we have reached the end of our webinar. Hopefully this gave you a good overview of how to engage, how to set this up, and have your employees really engage with an intranet solution. By using BizPortals 365, it really makes it simple. for your employees to use. So if you want a much more detailed discussion, a demo, please go to our website, schedule a demo, and we'll be happy to work with you. Okay? Thanks a lot. Thank you.